Hello, hola, welcome back to Rena MoMoney Plus videos. I'm Rena MoMoney, and today we will be talking about wholesaling, wholesaling 101, step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4, wholesaling 101. Often I see the question, how do I start in wholesaling? How can I master this massive opportunity of wholesaling and make $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month? How can I do this? Where should I start? Well, I'm going to show you how. This video will be about wholesaling 101. Boom, 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 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. So come right in. There are steps in wholesaling. There is a process in wholesaling like everything else. And today we're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're going to have step by step on how to wholesale, and all you have to do is put it in play. Again, I like to say wholesaling is an entry level into real estate investing. Some investors don't even call a wholesaler an investor, but actually it is. A lot of times you make $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 on a deal for wholesaling. And I'm going to show you step by step. So stay to the end. Also too, I post 3 to 4 times a week in reference to real estate, in reference to investing, in reference to how to be a better you, some wholesaling, some tips, some tools, and you'll find massive value in each video that will give you some type of insight and give you some type of tip that's going to help you save money or either make money. So stay to the end, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, I give shout outs to subscribers. I'll do a random selection of subscribers and give you a shout out. So if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and take care of that. Hit the smash button, hit the like button as well. Click on subscribe and get ready for this journey. So make sure you have your pen and your pad ready, because there's 6 crucial steps. The very first step is to build a buyer's list. The very first thing you want to do is build a buyer's list. And I talk about that in another video. In building that buyer's list, you're going to do that by going to Zillow, Craigslist, social media, networking, contractors, realtors. I talk about building a buyer's list. That's step 1. You want to build a buyer's list. While you're building your buyer's list with Zillow, Craigslist, social media, and networking, RIA groups, public websites, different websites, while you're building that buyer's list, bandit signs, all that good stuff that we talked about on the other video, while you're building that buyer's list, you also want to make sure you build a relationship with a title company, a investor-friendly title company that can help you when you start doing these creative financing, when you're bringing this wholesaling stuff to them, or you got some different type of contracts you need to introduce to them. So you need a investor-friendly title company as you're building that buyer's list. Also, simultaneously, as you're building your buyer's list, you also want to make sure that you make copies of your contract, your purchase and sales agreement contract that you'll be using for your state. Building the buyer's list should not take that much time, but you want to put emphasis on that. You want to have that going out. You want to have different lines in the water. You want to have Craigslist ads going. You want to have, you want to be reaching out to your realtors. You want to be reaching out to contractors. You want to build a buyer's list. And then as you build a buyer's list, the next and second step you want to do is find the motivated sellers. Find the motivated sellers. We talked about how to find motivated sellers. Bandit signs, Craigslist, Zillow, bird dogs, other wholesalers. The list can go on and on. Check out the video in reference to finding sellers. There's so many. You have websites, cold call, other wholesalers, driving for dollars, and other websites. Free stuff, cheap stuff, free websites, cheap websites, and websites that can give you a lot of information. So your step 1 was build a buyer's list. Step 2 was to find a motivated seller. Step 3 is to place the house under a contract. Place the house under a contract. In doing step 3, that's when you're with the seller. You want to do a deposit anywhere from $0 to $1,500. Try to get as close to 0 as you can in reference to being committed to a deposit. But anywhere from $0 to $1,500 is a pretty fair deposit. If the house is with a realtor, 9 times out of 10 here in Florida, the minimum is like $1,000 for EMD, earnest money deposit. So you want to try with the seller. If you're going directly with the seller, try to do no money down, or make it easy and say $200. So anywhere from $0 to $1,500 is a good fair earnest money deposit, which is a deposit. in putting the house under the contract, you want to make sure you have your contingencies in there. You also want to make sure you have your escape clause in there. You also want to make sure that the seller gives you full access to the property, whether he has a lockbox on the property or you put a lockbox on the property. You can get a lockbox from Home Depot for $30, $35, or Lowe's, or whichever one is your hardware store. You can get a lockbox, get a copy of the key. So you definitely want to have access to the property, full access to the property, because remember, you're going to be trying to wholesale this. So you're going to have people walking through and wanting to see. Most investors want to put eyes on it. Some don't. Some just go by the numbers. It just depends, because some people invest in different cities and states. Also in that contract, you want to make sure you try to get a flexible closing date. I try to go for 45 days, unless in getting to know that seller or in that conversation I can tell that they're in a rush. Then I still try to ask for 30 days. Again, I don't wholesale as much as I used to, but the minimum you want is 2 weeks, because even dealing with cash buyers, they need 7 to 10 days for real to get out there, to take a look at it, to send it up, to do their due diligence, and to send it to the title company and all that good stuff so that you can close. So you want to shoot for 30, 45 days for a closing date when you're talking to the seller. In that conversation, you're going to be listening. In that conversation, you're going to be listening to see if you want to offer 30 days or 45 days in that contract for closing. Before I move into the fourth of the 6 steps to Wholesaling 101, I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to a few subscribers. Remember, again, I can only select a random amount of subscribers, but I appreciate you all. I want to give a shout out to Free in Christ, Shakara Barr, Linda Mora, Liz Speets. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but I appreciate you, Liz. Terry Jefferson, Stacy Tinglin, and Cheryl Moon. You guys are really rocking. You've taken the steps to subscribe so that you can start listening to make yourself better and become a better you. You've also taken the steps to educate yourself, and that's number 1 in becoming a better you. So again, I want to give shout outs to Cheryl Moon, Stacy Tinglin, Terry Jefferson, Liz Speets, Linda Mora, and Shakara Barr. I got my little list here. Free in Christ as well. Thank you, giving you a shout out. And if you want to be mentioned on my next Rena MoMoney video, please subscribe. Subscribe now. Cut on the little bell, the little belly thing there, so that you won't miss the notifications and you won't miss the good stuff that I got for you. Again, my videos will be jam-packed with step-by-step information or tools and tips that can help you out, that will save you money or make you money. And that's what we're talking about, more money. So subscribe now. And thanks again to some of the new subscribers, and thank you all. So if I helped you in any way, and if this video is giving you some tips and tools that's going to save you money or make you money, again, subscribe, like, put in the comment section where you are in your real estate, or put a question about this video, or if you're stuck in something in your wholesaling in your first deal, put a comment below. Also, if you're trying to add more money and you're interested in moving into more investing like stocks and all that good stuff, look down below in the description section, and there's a link with Webull. They're giving out free stocks. You get a free stocks. I think you get 2 free stocks, and I'll get a free stocks for telling you about it. And just invest with $100 and get some free stocks and start your investing in the stock area. Look in the link below. Look down in the description. There's a link below. Okay, back to the lesson. The 4th step is to find the buyers. How are you going to find the buyers? You're going to offer the deal to the created list. The created list, we remember Craigslist, Zillow. You're going to offer it to some of the websites. You're going to e-blast it out to your email list that you've developed. You're going to also do text blasts. You're going to find the buyer. You need to put it out there. As you're putting it out there, think about banding signs. Some of the best ways to put it out there is online sites and Zillow. So find the buyer. After you find the cash buyer, you'll do an assignment agreement. You'll also go ahead and do another purchase and sale agreement just in case you have to double close. So do a purchase and sale agreement and get him to sign, and also do an assignment of agreement to get him to sign, just in case you can just simply wholesale it, or if you have to double close. And we'll get into double close as well. If that's something you need more information on, feel free to schedule a coaching call with me. And matter of fact, if you need any additional coaching, or you just need that further future help or someone to give you that one-on-one, schedule a coaching call with me. Matter of fact, look in the description below and there's a link where you can schedule a one-on-one coaching call with me, and I'll go over double close, or I'll tell you if you need to double close that and how with the steps when you originally started out wanting to wholesale it. But again, this video is about wholesaling 101. So these are steps that's needed if you're wholesaling. So after you find that cash buyer and you're all in, he's in, you all came to an agreement, then you'll get him to sign an assignment an assignment of contract, an assignment of agreement. Now with the buyer that you're wholesaling the property to, you're going to put in that contract non-refundable fee, non-refundable deposit, non-refundable fee. Also, you're going to ask that buyer for proof of funds. You're also going to have a shorter closing period for that buyer. I usually normally say within 10 days. They have 10 days. That's another way you'll find out if that's a real buyer. Because if he can't close in 10 days, and if he's a wholesaler trying to wholesale it and he's trying to give somebody else for 10 days, he needs to have all that in order. So if he is a wholesaler, he is trying to wholesale it again, no matter what, you need to get proof of funds, and you also need to put in your contract with that assignment agreement. It needs to have on there 10 days to close, or no more than 12 days to close. Also, as you require proof of funds from that buyer, you're also going to say buyer pays all closing costs. Put on that contract, buyer pays all closing costs. So in your assignment agreement, it's going to be buyer pay all closing costs. It's going to be a non-refundable deposit. It's going to be required to give you proof of funds. And in that proof of funds, put on there proof of funds required within 2 days of executed contract. The next step is to send the contract to the title company. Now, if you're wholesaling, it will be the assignment of agreement and the contract that you have with the seller. That goes to the title company. The contract that you have with the seller does not go in the buyer's hand. There's no need ever for that buyer to see the contract that you have with your seller. That's a good tip and a good tool. So if you like what I'm saying, again, if I'm giving you some information that's going to save you some money or make you some money, and I think it is, I really believe so. If you stick with me, you're going to make some money, and you're going to save money and make more money and more money and more money with Rena MoMoney. So subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe. If you need some further counseling, if you need a coaching one-on-one call, look in the description below and you'll see my link at Calendly.com/Rena MoMoney. Get that call so you can get some training. It's pretty reasonable. You need that. You need to educate yourself and perfect your craft. So after you send that contract over to the title company does their work and steps that they'll follow. Again, it takes anywhere from 5, 7, 10, at most days to actually close on that property, because they'll turn around and do their title search. They'll do everything that they're supposed to do. So there's things that you will not have to worry about. If you're closing with an attorney, that's fine as well. But a title company possibly can save you a little bit more money. They are always closing, so they know what to look for. Don't try to close these deals by yourself. Remember, you're developing a relationship with that title company. So there's times that you can call. There's things that you may have to be a little creative on. So that final step is to close on the deal and get paid. Hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully I gave you some good tips. Again, if you want this valuable information, this channel is jam-packed with videos that's going to help you. I post 3 to 4 times a week. Stay tuned for the next video. Be sure to click on the next video so that you can find the best way to make more money and more money in this real estate.